Hello everyone, I am Parth Soni, IT2K2338, and this is my presentation for the third internal assignment and the second LabViva assignment for Python. The topic I have selected is collection data types in Python. So now let's see the various collection data types in Python. First up, we have lists. A list is a collection which is ordered, mutable, and allows duplicate values. For initialization of lists, it can be through literal or it can be through the constructor. If it is through the literal way, then we use square brackets to initialize it, and if we use the list constructor, we can simply initialize it by giving it the values. A list can be directly accessed by just specifying its index. It can be similarly updated, and as for deletion, we have to use the del keyword. List slicing is an important concept which specifies the first index, the last index, and the step count, while list comprehension is the concept where we use a shorthand for loop which specifies expression for iterable in range if condition. If the condition is true, then the following expression is executed in a for loop. Finally, we have some list methods which I have specified here, which include append, copy, reverse, sort, etc. Next up, we have tuples. A tuple is a collection which is ordered and immutable. For initialization of tuple, we have both the literal way and the constructor way. In the literal way, we use circular or rounded brackets, and for the constructor, we call the tuple constructor. A tuple can be directly accessed by using its index, but it cannot be directly updated as it is immutable. The packing and unpacking of tuples is an important concept in which if we specify the tuple on the left hand side and on the right hand side if we specify multiple elements, it is known as the packing of tuple. While if we specify multiple elements on the left hand side and specify the tuple on the right hand side, it is known as the unpacking of tuple as specified here. Count and index are two tuple methods which I have specified here. Next up, we have sets. A set is a collection which is unordered, unindexed, but mutable, but it does not allow duplicate values. For the initialization of set, we again have the literal way and the constructor way. In the literal way, we use the curly brackets. For the constructor, we call the set constructor. Like the previously discussed collections, set cannot be accessed directly, but we can use the del keyword to delete an element. Set has several set operations. These include union, intersection, difference, symmetric difference, etc. I have specified these here. Set has several set methods which include the set operations as well as other functions. The set operations like union, intersection, difference, symmetric difference all have their methods, while there are also copy method, remove method, is disjoint method, is superset method, etc. Next up, we have dictionary. A dictionary is a collection which is unordered and mutable. It stores key and value pairs, but the keys cannot be duplicates. For initialization of a dictionary, we can use the literal way or the constructor way. In the literal way, we use the curly brackets again, while for the constructor way, we use the dict constructor. Like the previous collections, dictionary does not use indices, while it uses keys. So we can access it through keys, update it similarly, and we can also use the del keyword with a key to delete a specific element, while if we use the del keyword with just the dictionary name, it deletes the whole dictionary. We also have dictionary comprehension, which is very similar to the list comprehension, and I have specified it over here. Dictionary has various methods like copy, from keys, values, etc., some of which I have specified here. Finally, let's see some example problems to get a better understanding of the collection data types in Python. So, the first question asks us to reverse the list by using list slicing. So first of all, we'll create a list which stores all of these letters. Then we'll create another list for storing the reverse of the first list. We'll apply slicing on the first list by specifying colon colon minus 1, which will reverse the first list. Finally, we'll print the result of the reverse list and we'll get rickroll. Now, the second question asks us to print the squares of all the odd numbers in a given list. So first of all, we'll store all of these numbers in a single list, and then we'll create another list odd squares by using list comprehension as x star star 2 for x in numbers if x percentage 2 is not equals to 0. What this will do is check if the number is odd, and if it is odd, then it will store the square of the number in the odd squares list. Finally, when we print out odd squares list, we'll get 1, 9 and 25 as our output in the list. Now, the third question wants us to use packing and unpacking of tuples to store all of this information. First of all, we'll create a tuple which will store all of this information, and then we'll equate it with several variables like name, age, profession on the left hand side and the tuple on the right hand side to get the values from the tuple through unpacking, and then finally we'll individually print the variables to get our output. Now, the fourth question wants us to perform union on these two given sets. So first of all, we'll create the first set and give it the values it has been indicated with, and then we'll create the second set and similarly give it the values it has been indicated with. Then we'll create a union set which will store the union of set 1 and set 2 as it is indicated over here, and finally we'll print the union set to get our output. Now, the fifth question wants us to create a dictionary which stores 1 to 5 as the keys and their squares as the values. So, we'll use dictionary comprehension to solve this problem. First of all, we'll store all of these numbers in a single list, and then we'll use dictionary comprehension to create a new dictionary as x colon x star star 2 for x in numbers. What this will do is basically perform an dictionary initialization by giving x as the key and x square as the values, and since we have given 1 to 5 as the keys, we'll get their respective squares as the values, and finally we can print this dictionary to get our output. Thanks for watching. I hope I was able to explain the collection data types in Python.